Cobra Commander, Skeletor, Megatron, Mumra. Mumra? Those are the big four when it comes to 80s villains. And we're not going to look at this guy today. We're going to look at, I guess, his big, huge brother, the 12-inch Mezco Mumra on Points of Articulation. Welcome to Points of Articulation. A few months ago, maybe almost a year ago, Mezco released this 12-inch lino, and I use figure loosely. They're more like cheaper statues. They're not going to be as much as a bust or a statue, which would be like $150 to $200. They're in like the $30 price range, and I wouldn't really classify them as an action figure though, because you can't really do that much posing, and any real pose you get him into, he falls. But this lino, when he came out, I thought he was pretty sweet. One thing I didn't like though is it doesn't retain that 80s look of the cartoon of the lino. But I don't know if Mezco learned their lesson or they heard gripes from fans. But we're gonna take a look at the Mumra that just came out and compare it. So let's take a look at it. So here's badass Mumra. If you notice, he has a bulkier, more of a broader look like the 80s cartoon did. That's why I think he retained some of that vintage classic Mumra look, whereas the lino was more of like a realistic, almost anime, thin cat-like look, which is cool in itself, but just didn't retain that classic look. That was Ricky Steamboat that just dropped out of the cabinet, but screw him. This cape is cloth, which I thought was a nice touch, and in the box you really couldn't see that. He comes with his little rags here, his torn off like mummy rags when he transforms into the mighty Mumra. The paint is real nice. Like I said, the only gripe is these really aren't action figures. You can't really pose them. There's not a lot of articulation points. But as like a mini statue for the price of $30, I found him at FYE. You'll stumble into places like FYE and you'll get like these little gems every once in a while. That place is cool because you can trade in like old crappy like Hall & Oates CDs you have laying around and stuff and get some credit for them, which was kind of nice. His little helmet there has the cloth in the back. Everything about him is sweet. I mean, he stands well. I could just put him on some old mail here, and if you want to make your mail look cool for the day, you got friggin' Mumra protecting your mail. That I'm probably just going to throw out because he's probably just bills. Real quick, we're going to take a look at the box art because I just thought it was really nice. And I'll be right back. You got some nice artwork on the box. Mumra looks great there. You're almost reluctant to throw this box away. I threw the lino box away because of just how much stuff you have eating up space in your apartment wherever you live. But it is nice. He looks awesome there. Like I said, he looks so close to the cartoon. Mezco really did a fantastic job with this figure. I'm about to drop. I'll just put him on the windowsill. And in a few months from now, I guess they're releasing Panthro. I can only hope that Panthro comes out as sweet. I'm going to grab lino. So now you got these two together, you're going to come up with your next problem. Now if you're a collector, if you're a beginner collector, I would say these might be a must-have if you're a huge Thundercats fan. Otherwise, these are going to eat up a lot of space in your toy shelves. I mean, if you look back here, I mean, where are they going to go? If you're a huge Thundercats fan, I mean, that's obvious. They're a must-have. You can have these two palling around together at your desk or your coffee table. Impress the ladies because you have both these great action figures together. Like I said, my only gripe is his cape. There's no instructions. A figure that you don't put together, you wouldn't think would have instructions, so I didn't expect them to. But you kind of just latch on his cape with these little hooks, and it kind of limits the posability you can get with the cape on. You can just have his arms raised in that classic Mumra scare the shit out of you pose. Very intimidating. It's nice though, man. I can't stop looking at it. Every time I see it, I get like a feeling of like being back in the 80s and coming home from school and watching Thundercats and pissing my pants when Mumra made an appearance. So take care. I'm getting hot and sweaty. Bye.